disciples said. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Asking support from our Shaykh to say a couple of words, maybe. Who listens these days, anyway? Murids, they don't listen. Why are we here? Why are we here? Why are we here? Why we decide to hold on to Shaykh Effendi? Why we decide to leave the Jahiliyyah lifestyle that we all had, to make the hijrah, the migration, to come here, to form a community, to form a new town, a new city, a new community. Why are we doing that? To leave an old life and to come into a new life and to migrate and to move. You don't have to be a spiritual person to do this. People do it all the time. Maybe out of necessity. Maybe because they just want a better life in this dunya. But for us, why are we here? For me and you, are we understanding this? Are we thinking? Are we questioning? If we are questioning and we find the answer, and we're holding on to that answer, then that time the winds can shake us. It doesn't matter. The roots are deep inside. The roots are very deep, and we cannot move. But we're watching, not a big wind, just a slight whisper coming, the whole tree just uproot. Why is that? Because you got used to it. Whole life you got used to it. And if you don't stop, if you don't learn the lesson, there's going to be very big trouble in the hereafter. But before we got the smack, there is always advice. There is always signs, and there's always warning. When you don't listen nicely, then that's the time it'll hit. And when it hits, you cannot say what is happening, why this is happening. No why at that time. We should ask, how come it didn't happen sooner? Why it didn't happen sooner? Because there are certain ones that is holding you and pulling you back. You are biting and clawing at their hands, but they're pulling you back, they're keeping it. For you not to enter into that wildness, wild characteristic. But they can only hold on too much, so much. Beyond that, they say you really want to, then we have to let go. We don't let go. You pull yourself away. You want to pull yourself away, you want to make certain decisions without following, without holding on, without consultation, then we're still living in this dunya. We have to answer for everything. You have to answer for that. So if a man is being busy for himself, why he is here, he will come into two states. State of tawbah, and that state of tawbah to always ask forgiveness, to know that we came from ajiz and najis, and we still have that ajiz and najis that is inside of us, that if we don't hold on and step on it, it's going to overtake us. We understand how dangerous position that we are. In that state of tawbah, there will be hands that are going to block you when you want to enter into that fire. And even when you push that hand and you enter, they'll be able to take you out quickly. because you are aware. You're not in ghaflat. You're not in denial. You're not fooling yourself. You're not fooling anyone. You're not blaming anyone. You're blaming yourself. Tawbah means you blame yourself. Tawbah doesn't mean you blame other people. Once you enter into a state of tawbah, then you understand what rahmat is. What is the mercy? And how all this time it is nothing but the mercy of Allah that is reaching to us. Then that time you enter into the state of shukr. You enter into that state of shukr, that even when things are not too good that is happening to you, you want to be upset, you want to be depressed, you want to say, I don't like, you want to do something, but because of that state of shukr, you pull back. And you say, Astaghfirullah, Alhamdulillah. You pull back. There is a protection for you. That state of shukr. Who is making the tafakkur of this? Of the tawbah and the shukr. Or we're looking around, that one did something to me. This one said something to me, this one. You will say, why you did it? I did it because that one did it. No tawbah, no shukr. That time, you are running away from the protection that is supposed to come to you. That time, the smallest thing, because your immunity is down. You know the body has an immune system. When the immune system is down, you can get knocked out by just a common cold, a flu. Something really small can knock you down. But what is making a man to be staying in that drunken station? What is making a murid to be staying in that drunken station? Because it actually takes a lot out of a person to be drunk. To be drunk is not natural. Is it natural? No. To be drunk, you need to continuously do something. What is making a man to be in that drunken station? Shaitan. Shaitan is drunk with anger still. Shaitan is drunk with envy. Shaitan is drunk with arrogance and stubbornness. That is not allowing the faith to enter and to say Astaghfirullah. We do time to time, maybe, say Astaghfirullah, but quickly, next minute, we say, oh, something else. Say Astaghfirullah, but this one. Why are we here? If we're here to worship, to know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by knowing ourselves, we were not going to let anything to stop us that time. Whether you have food or you don't have food, whether you have clothes or you don't have clothes, whether you have friends or you don't have friends, whether you have families or you don't have families. We just read the Hadith al-Sharif last week during the khutbah. Those ones who are going to be raised on Judgment Day on pillars of light, that even the prophets, they're going to look and they're going to admire them, asking, who are these? Are these prophets? Are these special hidden prophets? And the answer given to them says, no, these are the ones who love each other only for Allah's sake. Not because they're related to each other, not because of money, not because of looks, not because of position. They love each other. Even when the ego is crushing, even when they are different in so many ways, from the nationality to thinking to ideology to education, whatever it is that you're putting there, but they still love each other for Allah's sake. These are the ones that they are together because they run away from the dunya. And where they run away from the dunya, where they are, dunya doesn't come so easy to them. But still they're holding on. They have no family ties. They remember Allah much. And they're watching themselves very carefully. These are the ones that on Judgment Day they will be raised on pillars of light. You think we fit into that description? No, let's be honest. Do you think we fit into that description? Don't just try to be humble and say, no, I'm the worst one. No. Do we fit into that description? Didn't we leave this dunya to come here? Yes. Did we leave everything to come here to be amongst people that we have no family ties to? Yes. Are we trying to love each other for Allah's sake? Yes. So we sort of fit into that description, but it's exactly what you said earlier. Shaykh Effendi saying, there will be some who are right there at the end. They almost qualify. They almost pass through, but they make a detour. We almost make it, but we are not holding tightly when the situation requires us to hold on. We decide to follow our ego. So that time we'll lose. And that time when we lose from that position, even the angels are going to curse us, saying, you've lost. Don't be authority on each other. Be authority in your own ego. Those who don't have authority over their own ego, you should not have authority over others. And if you do, it is going to be not authority, it's going to be zulm. May Allah protect us from that. Few days to Miraj. Are we really preparing ourselves for that journey? They're going. The holy ones are going. Are we preparing ourselves? May Allah forgive us. May we wake up, come out from that drunk station. But if you like to be drunk, stay drunk. That's okay. If you think you have a spiritual connection to the holy ones and you don't have to listen, stay. That time people must listen to you. That time you must bring them to a certain progress. You cannot just claim to have a spiritual connection and not help people. This is the characteristic of the Ummati Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. The characteristic of Rahmatan lil Alameen. Because whatever he does is not for himself, it's for his Ummah. You have spiritual connection, you're going to help people. May Allah forgive me and bless you, and make our worship and our intentions to be acceptable and to forgive us all our wrongdoings, to make us to wake up before it gets too late. Because the awliya Allah, they are building, the prophets they are building. So easy. Just one ego with one match can burn everything down. It has happened. It happened to 124,000 prophets. So I'm asking, why you allow this to happen? You call yourself a sheikh, you call yourself a hoja, why you allow this to happen? You say, it happened to all the prophets. Why it should not happen to us? We are not even worth to be the dust under their feet. This much is enough. Al-Fatiha. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. Tamam. Bring the tea.